Hey, this is Joe Price. I just wanted to create a short video about one of our big projects for 2026. It's called the College Connection Project. Our goal is to help create new discovery experiences on Family Search related to where people went to college. We're kind of excited that people could look up to see where their ancestors went to college. This might be a neat way to introduce your kids in high school to family history. It also might be a way for people to connect back to the alma mater of their ancestors and kind of bring new life to kind of these college experiences that many of our ancestors had. So in the 1940 census, there was about 9.2 million people who listed in the census that they had gone to at least some college. And we are trying to link those people back to the census records when they were college age. And then we've also gathered about 4 million college records, and so we're going to be trying to link those college records. These are registers or yearbooks or other records that record where someone went to college, and trying to connect those into the family tree. So we could have these kind of college connections. So here's our volunteer sheet, and you can see we've set up 4 projects under the College Connection project. The first one is our doing record hints. The second are finding death dates. The third are finding possible duplicates. And the fourth is finding maiden names for married women in the 1940 census. You're welcome to help with any of these. We've done a lot of videos on our hints, but let me just show you kind of how the sheet works. You just can kind of zoom down to a spot where it's empty, or if you hit Control down, you can go to the next open spot. You put in your name to let people know that you're working on those, and then just click on the URL. And it will just take you right into SourceLinker, and then you get to decide if it's a match or not. Okay, so you can see here, you can open up details. You can see that lots of names are matching up across this family. This looks like a fantastic match, so then I would attach that. Okay, so I'll set that over to the side. Okay, and then you just put a 1. And just 1 means you checked it. And if you have any concerns about the hint, you can put in something in the notes. And then if you don't finish all the ones you check out, you can just delete your name. Okay, so let me just show you a couple other of these. If you go to find death dates, then again, kind of same structure, go to the next open spot, put your name in, click on a URL. And now in this one, it's just going to take you to the page of that person. And what our goal is to try to find the death year for this person. So a lot of times, and so Margaret H. Ray, she listed as having gone to college in the 1940 census. And we're going to then, I mean, one thing you can do is just look to see if Family Search has any record hints for her. If not, often I will come over here to Ancestry and click on find that same record. So you can see here she is living in Marietta, Washington County. And then the nice thing is that often on Ancestry, there will be lots of possible record matches that Ancestry knows about. And so I can kind of come in here, and you can see here is her husband, William F. Ray. You can see it's spelled just slightly differently, but this looks like a very good match. And you can see that the H in her middle name is actually her maiden name. So what I would do here then is then I would bring this information over from Find a Grave onto Family Search. And once I've done that, then actually that record hint for Find a Grave will show up. Another thing I will do is a lot of times once I've fixed the name and putting in maybe a death date, often a possible duplicate will show up, or you can come down here and hit find similar people. So we can see over here the names of her parents. You can see right here. So I don't know why this isn't showing up as a possible duplicate, but you can see this is a perfect match to the person. So you're going to copy that ID, come back over here, and then just hit merge by ID. And then we're going to switch places because that person that was already there has a lot of great information. And we're just going to merge, which is great. And then we'll just merge her husband and we're all done. So that was actually great. And this is what we find is a lot of times when we put in the death information, then the possible matches become much more apparent. And we can connect the person in the 1940 census back to their family in a previous census. Okay, so it won't always be this complex, but often some of these finding these death dates can take a little bit of time. And I have found that looking on Ancestry can be a really great way to do that. Okay, so if we go back here, okay, so then I would just put in a 1 right there. Possible duplicates, these are also pretty straightforward. if you just, again, find a spot in the sheet and click on the link, then, oops, guess I didn't save that. Let's see. Okay, so here is our link. And so then we have to evaluate if this is a match. And on many of these, you should skip them. Sometimes it's hard to tell, but here we have the same city. The name's pretty similar. The birth year's off by a bit. Let's see if we have any family members lining up. You can see the family members are lining up really well. Um, so the only thing we just want to be careful about is sometimes if someone dies, Italian families will give the same name to another kid, but this is actually after. So I feel very comfortable merging these duplicates, even with the birth year off by 5. Everything else is lining up really well. And you can see that the census years over here, these residence years, aren't over here. So by bringing these two people together, we kind of get all the information from both of them, which is really great. Okay, and that's that one. And then the last task, sorry to make this kind of a whirlwind tour of the project. I just wanted to give you kind of an overview, and hopefully, if you haven't, picked the task that best fits your skill set, but I know many of you have merged duplicates before, found death dates, or done record hints. And this last one is just, these are married women in the 1940 census. Um, so again, we just kind of find the next open spot right here. And we click on this link. And this is again one where, maybe a record hint will show up um, on Family Search. So I'd start here. If not, then again, just jump over to Ancestry and find that same record. So you can see here's Catherine in that 1940 record, and then see if Ancestry has any kind of clues. And you can see her ancestry's popping up, some possible matches. And you can see there's her spouse, Thomas Arthur. And you can see that in fact, if we went back to that 1940 census, you could see that there was kind of we have kind of this is actually the ancestry version of the name and then the family search version. But, and we can also look at the place Springfield, Clark County, which is right there. So yeah, this looks like another case where I'm going to bring the information over from Find a Grave, put it on the family tree, and when I do that, I bet I'll probably find a possible duplicate. Okay, so thanks for helping with this project. Just to kind of reemphasize, the big picture here is um, we believe that people have kind of a special connection with where they went to school. And we're going to start by doing this for what college people went to. It'd be kind of neat to see where your grandparents went to college. Might help you as you're talking to your kids about where they might want to go to college. It could open up questions about what did they major in, what were some of the things they did while they were in college. Just college records have this kind of rich amount of detail. As long as you know where your grandparent went, you can go look up the yearbook. And then, eventually we'll want to do this for high schools. But the reason we're doing colleges is that we've gathered 4 million records from college yearbooks, college registers, and we want to be able to connect those records into the family tree. And we're doing that by focusing on people in the 1940 census who we know went to college. And by bringing these two together, we're going to have this really neat college connection experience. So thanks for all your help on this project. And, we'll post more videos as we add additional parts to this project, but these are kind of the 4 that we have to start with.